Namaste, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narasimhan, coming to you live from the CNN News 18 Primetime Studio, presented by Green Lamb Laminates. The Ram Mandir movement was started to awaken Bharat Swa, and Ram Mandir Consecration Day should be marked as a true independence of Bharat culturally, now which had faced Para Chakra or enemy attack for several centuries. A message of Bharat's resurgence stressed upon by the RSS chief on Tuesday was taken on by the leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, when he said in a statement earlier in the day at the inauguration of the new Congress headquarters that the RSS chief should actually be tried for treason for his utterances the previous day. Rahul Gandhi didn't stop there. He went on to say that he should be arrested for his remarks. And then came the remark that actually triggered a mega storm. Rahul Gandhi said, "We are not just fighting the RSS and the BJP, but also the Indian state." The moment this comment, this was the fag end of his address to the Congress workers in the new Congress headquarters. The moment he said this, well, all hell broke loose. The BJP lashed out at Rahul, saying that his remarks reflect close links with urban Naxals and the deep state. The Congress defended Rahul Gandhi, saying that he was trying to stress on a decline in the reliability of organizations such as the Election Commission and the investigative agencies like the CBI and ED. What does Mr. Rahul Gandhi mean by saying that he is fighting the Indian state? Is he declaring war on the government, the elected representatives of Bharat's voters, the elected government of Bharat's voters? Is he declaring war on the people itself then by default? Or is it a Freudian slip? Does this reveal Rahul Gandhi's real intentions? Is this a direct attack on Bharat's sovereignty? Or is Mr. Rahul Gandhi now saying that I am not fighting, we are as a Congress party not fighting a political party, but an overall ecosystem or an entity? Something that the current day government and the current disposition and the BJP blame the entire Nehruvian ethos of doing, that they created an ecosystem. And so much so that the lines of dialogues of a movie saying Sarkar kisi aur ki hai par system to ab bhi hamara hai, that rings. So is Mr. Gandhi playing the classic Goebbels strategy? All these questions arise, but let's listen in to both sides.
What he has said yesterday is treason, because it is stating that the constitution is invalid. It is stating that everything, the fight against the British was invalid, and he has the audacity to say this publicly. In any other country, he would be arrested and tried. The BJP and the RSS have captured every single institution of our country. We are now fighting the BJP, the RSS, and the Indian state itself.
किसी देखो मैं मानता हूं किसी की अज्ञानता की कोई उत्तर नहीं हो सकता है.
It is our misfortune that we have a part-time and irresponsible, immature leader of opposition in Rahul Gandhi.
I think he made that very clear that the country stands united and we will not fall prey to all the propaganda that the opposition, the government and its allies are doing.
Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of the BJP with us. Nikul Patel, leader of the Congress party with us. It's a straight face-off between the BJP and the Congress here on the right stand. Please take the right stand, gentlemen, from your own political positions, and let's engage in a civil debate. That's my humble request. Namaste and Jai Hind to both of you. Ajay Alok, your opening remarks on what Mr. Rahul Gandhi has said. Should Mr. Bhagwat be tried for treason? Has Mr. Bhagwat undermined Bharat's struggle for independence? Or have the issues of political independence and cultural independence been conflated?
Well, Anand, if you have low grey matter, nobody can help you, but you can help yourself only. This is a clear question. What Mr. Mohan Bhagwat said, Rahul Gandhi has little knowledge to understand that. He said Swa. What is Swatantra? We had the Tantra, but Swa. इस स्वम में राम शिव सारे आते हैं. The cultural integrity of this country was never there. What Mahatma Gandhi said, his last words were, "Hey Ram." His idea of governance, idea of India was Ram Raj. So Ram was there everywhere. If we are claiming ourselves to be Swatantra. That's what Mr. Bhagwat said, that today when Ram Mandir के प्राण प्रतिष्ठा ये जब पूरी हो गई है, राम जी अपने झोपड़ी से निकल के महल में आ गए हैं, for which we fought for last 500 years. So real matter of independence comes from this side. What's wrong in that? It's philosophical. If he doesn't understand philosophy, it has nothing to do with the political independence we got from the British and earlier from the Mughals. Rahul Gandhi conveniently forget that. Problem with him is he doesn't understand that India is a country. On multiple times he has said in London, in America, that India is not a country but a union of states. If that kind of a mindset you have, and you are talking your leader of opposition, man, have you gone mad? We are fighting the Indian state. What does the Indian state mean? It only means central government. Indian state means all the state government, all the central government, all the institutions of this country. Is he fighting his own state governments in 3 states where he has the state? What is he talking about? He doesn't understand what he talks. And Congress today, they are forced to defend him. Nobody wants to defend, but they are forced to do so because accidentally happens to be the leader of opposition, which is a big shame to this country. And he has not done it once, he has done it multiple times to insult India, to insult the Indian democracy. What does family think? That if they are not ruling the country is not there. They will attack the country. This is the point of conflict. And what Mr. Bhagwat said was absolutely correct. In true sense, after installation of Prabhu Sri Ram, Ram Lalla in Ayodhya Mandir, we got our swa. The Hindus got their swa. If they don't understand, Rahul Gandhi is not a Hindu, so he won't understand. But that doesn't give him a right to humiliate 110 crores Hindus. And right to humiliate this country that we are fighting the
by his own declaration, he is a Janeudhari and he draws his roots from his grandmother's side and from the maternal side is what he's drawn his roots, and the admission is that he is a Janeudhari. So to go beyond that and one's personal faith, I do not know. But yes, Nikul Patel, how would you respond to the BJP which says that Mr. Rahul Gandhi has not even understood the context from where Mr. Bhagwat made the statement, and that this only shows the constipation of thought and diarrhea of expression?
See, firstly, I would like to make clear to Bharatiya Janata Party as well as the entire country that Rahul Gandhi was addressing to the Congress people and the people who are in the Congress party. Second thing, my friend is telling that real independence, what does it mean that real independence after 2024? That is what Rahul Gandhi was quoting in his speech, and then he tried to address that Bharatiya Janata Party is a political party. We know, everyone know it. RSS is also a wing of it, and every institution has been captured by these people. So what does it mean? What the institution he was addressing to? So we know that after 2014, the ADR reports rightly says that 95% of the cases has been registered on the opposition party leaders, and Bharatiya Janata Party wants to make Bharat Mukt, Congress Mukt Bharat. But that had not been happened, and that is the real pain what Bharatiya Janata Party is feeling right now. Second part, we also want Ram Rajya to be established in the entire nation, and we are happy with it. But the independence which we achieved by the struggle, freedom struggle, what we carried out during those days against the British rule, and we are able to put down the constitution, and that is a written.
We've just lost Nikul Patel for a second there. We'll try and get him back. But Nikul Patel making a point that Rahul Gandhi has actually addressed the core issue that
where an officer was
surrounded
by the people and they were throwing notes on him because it was a charge of corruption. So भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त भारत की बात जो कर रहे थे ये भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त भारत की, तो वो हुआ क्या? So that is what all contaction was, and he was addressing to congressmen that let us
No,
realize.
but what did he
we
mean
are
by
fighting
saying
a very
that
big fight,
our
and to
fight is
get
against the
people real
Indian
democracy.
state? Was that a slip of tongue or was it deliberate? Because when you say I'm fighting the Indian state, then A, you take a position that you are going to be a revolutionary or you have joined the gang of Naxals. Because that's what the Naxals say, that our fight is against the state. Now, the Home Minister under the UPA himself declared Naxals are terrorists. So, the question is, what did he mean by fight is against the Indian state? Secondly, the charge, Nikul Patel, is that the moment you use this, that fight against the state, rebel against the state, this is also a narrative that's been pushed by certain elements of the Western deep state. Wherever they want to unsettle existing elected governments or they want to topple elected governments. So, what is your position there on this phrase, fight against the Indian state?
See, I already explained it. Because if you see the contraction in which the continuation what Rahul Gandhi spoke about, he said that BJP and now that institutions are being governed by them, and that is what I've given an example of ADR, where 95% cases are filed against the opposition. Rahul Gandhi is speaking about something. Definitely, he is targeting the present government, who is in the process of carrying out every activity into the country. But that what the problem country is facing, and in 2024, the people of the country had given a mandate to be a leader of opposition. And with respect to that, he was addressing the congressman that still we need to fight more with everyone, every level, every place, every institution that are governed by the government, because we have seen so many times during the process
The
of so
Indian
many
state
activities,
also,
how
the Indian state also includes Himachal
unfair
Pradesh,
play of rule is being
Indian
played.
state also includes Karnataka, Indian state also includes Telangana, the Indian state also includes Jammu and Kashmir, where and a lot of his
The institutions of India.
no, Indian
The
state.
institutions of India.
No, you
See,
can't
clearly
then.
you
No,
just-
one
you just
minute. Mr.
continuously
Rahul
read
Gandhi
that.
cannot have his
You are
own
only
lexicon.
quoting Anand,
Please.
you are only quoting a one statement.
No, but Nikulji, please understand, you cannot have your own lexicon and say this is my dictionary and I will call a chair a table and a table a camera and a camera a spectacle and that's how it is got to be, and redefining the whole dictionary. That's not the way. Indian state is a huge name. And my point is, sir, if it is being used flippantly, then Mr. Rahul Gandhi should reconsider his position as leader opposition. It's a huge responsibility. He is not speaking only as a Congress activist or a Congress leader or an MP. He is also speaking as a leader opposition. I hope you appreciate that. And that's what a lot of people are turning around and saying, yes, please go question, criticize, take a position on certain people saying something. You have the right to that opinion. That's what the Constitution allows us. And that's what we in Bharat are very proud of. But then you also have responsibility. The responsibility is that as leader opposition, you will measure your words. The moment you say Indian state, you are opening up cudgels, drawing up cudgels, not just with BJP and RSS or politically. You are drawing up cudgels with the people of the country and the entire federal structure.
See,
Are you
again,
for
I would
it?
like to see, that is what I want to convey to the people of the country, because what Bharatiya Janata Party wants to portray by stating a single statement is not correct. It is in continuation with the Mohan Bhagwat statement that he is stating that today our country had become independent. And immediately, if you see what happened, isn't it that is not the criticism that Bharatiya Janata Party must face, that what independent they are talking of? So, in the larger perspective,
From a
I am
mindset
comparing
point
apple
of
with
view,
apple.
from a cultural
I'm
point of
comparing
view is
apple
what
with
he
apple,
said.
Anand.
I think we all heard the speech of Mr. Mohan Bhagwat very clearly. But for me, the concern is that what is Mr. Rahul Gandhi trying to say? What is he pointing to? Is he pointing towards that the Congress is going to get anarchist? Ajay Alok, is that an
Anand?
unfair question to ask?
No, Anand, it's not an unfair question to ask. The point is, I told you that the congressmen are finding it difficult to defend. That's what Mr. Rahul Gandhi has said. But Mr. Rahul Gandhi is forced to say all this because the powers governing Rahul Gandhi comes from West. Imagine a leader of opposition or a principal opposition party leader goes to Canada and there he says, सिखों को गुरुद्वारा आने की आज़ादी मिलनी चाहिए, सिखों को कड़ा पहनने की आज़ादी मिलनी चाहिए, सिखों को टर्बन बांधने की आज़ादी मिलनी चाहिए. What he is trying to portray in the West, that in India are the Sikhs are not allowed to do all these things. I mean, what rubbish things he comes out with. Sometimes you get frustrated that it's a misfortune of this country that such a little person with absolute no IQ or no grey matter is just by the virtue of his family has become the leader of opposition. And mind you, it's a very responsible position. You have a say in the appointment of Chief Election Commissioner, you have a say in the appointment of CJI, in all the Lokpal, every important institution you have a say. And this is the kind of the word you are saying. We are fighting.
So are you trying to say that everything that Mr. Rahul Gandhi says is wrong and everything that Mr. Mohan Bhagwat says is right?
I am not saying, it is just reflecting.
Is that true? So then do you agree with Mr. Mohan Bhagwat saying that after Ram Mandir, none of the other important places for Hindus are worth fighting for? Krishna Janmabhoomi does not matter, Gyanvapi, Adi Vishweshwar doesn't matter. If there are legal cases that are filed, then that is like trying to go and find a mandir under every masjid. That's what Mr. Bhagwat said. So you agree with that? That after Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha, Bharat Swa is found. So none of the other temples, none of the other aspects of Astha matter. None of the other temples that were destroyed matter. The BJP does not have a position on that.
BJP does have a position on that.
So is Mr. Bhagwat right there or wrong?
Mohan Bhagwat is absolutely right and justified in his own terms because he is also a citizen of this country and he has full right. He has a right to express his thoughts.
So is the BJP now saying that Gyanvapi does not matter? Is the BJP now saying Krishna Janmabhoomi does not matter? Anybody who knocks the doors of the courts seeking legal recourse is actually rabble-rousing?
Anand, listen, we are a responsible government. We are running this country in a responsible manner. And second thing, if anything is sub judice, if Gyanvapi is there in the court, it's for the court has to decide what is going to come out of it.
Correct. But going to the court is rabble-rousing. So Sambhal asking for Harihar Mandir and for recourse in the court and taking court day, is that rabble-rousing? Because that's what was said, that you're going to courts and this is looking for a masjid under a mandir under every masjid is rabble-rousing.
Never went to any court. Bharatiya Janata Party
so but people who are going to court are doing something wrong.
The people who are going are citizens of this country and they have full right to go to the court.
So when they say...
What was wrong?
So when Mr.
What was wrong? What was wrong? Let me tell you what was wrong. The wrong was Places of Worship Act 1991, which forbade people to claim for their any temple or for any mosque. Or for
so when the Places of Worship Act was challenged in court, was challenged in court
for the court.
Yeah,
we are not taking this directly.
It is the center that has to. It is the center that is sitting on it and has not said anything. Mr. Bhagwat has not expressed any opinion there. So has the BJP questioned why is Mr. Bhagwat silent on that? So if you believe if Mr. Bhagwat's position, whatever he says is correct and whatever Mr. Rahul Gandhi says is wrong, then you have to either agree with everything that Mr. Bhagwat says or also agree in part with what Mr. Rahul Gandhi wants to point out.
So you want to agree with Rahul Gandhi that declaring against the war?
It's not about what I want to do. I am asking you, what is the BJP's position? Do you believe when Mr. Bhagwat says that when you are trying to go and find via legal methods, if you are trying to win back all the temples that were desecrated or what are of historical importance, and then he says, if he alludes that to rabble-rousing, is that right or wrong?
Is it? That's his personal opinion.
So in this case, how is it that Mr. Rahul Gandhi's personal opinion is worth so many adjectives, but Mr. Mohan Bhagwat's personal opinion on certain things is okay and other things you will ignore?
No, I'm not ignoring. Rahul Gandhi can have his personal opinion against BJP and RSS. I have no problems with that. He can keep on abusing us. And he has been doing so for the last 20 years. I'm not questioning that. What we are questioning Rahul Gandhi's intentions is like that we are fighting against the state. This is bizarre. This is like Rahul Gandhi. What is the difference between Rahul Gandhi
and... So you are saying
the
last line of his long speech, Nikul Patel, do you agree, disagree that the Congress must rethink on the words, the phrase Indian state? Should that be redacted? Should Mr. Rahul Gandhi come and clarify that?
See, firstly, I would like to say I disagree about anything what trying to convey. Second thing, the entire speech was started with Mohan Bhagwat ji. And if
no, no.
Mohan
Let's say the
Bhagwat
entire
is
body and
stating
soul.
that independence
Let's say the
is
entire
in
body and soul of what
2024,
Mr. Rahul Gandhi
then
had to
I
say
think
was
it's
his
a very,
personal
very
opinion
unfortunate
as a
part of
political
it.
party
Actually,
leader,
along
as
with
leader
Bharatiya Janata
opposition.
Party and RSS, what Rahul
I'm
is about
I'm just
the
asking you, Nikul Patel, the fight against Indian state, the word, this phrase, Indian state, should the Congress consider redacting that? Because that's what skewers the entire pitch for the
You
Congress
must-
party.
You must read along with the acquisition of all the institutions, right? All the institutions. You must not only
Sir,
read that part.
institutions are
All
not
the
Indian state.
institutions.
One political party is not Indian state. The socio-cultural organization called the RSS is not the Indian state. The Indian state includes the armed forces. The Indian state includes the complete federal structure. The Indian state includes the voters of this country who have also elected people. So when you are aiming at certain institutions and allegations, then you have to prove it. When Mr. Rahul Gandhi tries to point fingers at the Election Commission, he needs to then ask Mr. Sharad Pawar and also Mr. Omar Abdullah. They disagree with him, sir. So he cannot pass a statement like that. But the bigger aspect is when you say Indian state, that means he is going to wage a war against this Indian state, the country. You wage a war against the country, you know what the constitution calls such entities. Enemies of the
There
state,
is no
sir.
difference between him and Afzal Guru now.
I think the wrong perception.
So that is exactly why I asked, if that is not the intent, should the Congress party consider redacting that phrase or issuing a clarification?
Which are not working in the larger interest of the democratic process or a democratic part, those are
That is exactly
has to be taken care of, and that is what he was.
That
he
is
was
exactly
telling,
what I am
and the
trying
fight
to
is
say.
against the government.
Should the
That is
Congress party, in the interest of the Indian state and the interest of what the political messaging was by Mr. Rahul Gandhi, consider redacting that phrase and issue a clarification. That's what I'm saying, and you've not been able to answer that. Let's hope the Congress party considers that. Thank you, gentlemen. Mr. Ajay Alok will stay on with us as we quickly move on